Hi, good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully, everybody had a nice long weekend. Wait, where the heck is it? I moved it. Is where's the chat? Okay, there you go. Sorry, it's being slow today. All right, all right. So, a little bit of data this morning. Some production. PPI in Germany worse than expected. Euro current account much different. Supposed to come in at 37.3 billion, comes in at 3.6. Huge difference there. Building permits in the U.S. were actually up, and housing starts were actually up as well. But housing starts were revised down before, so you're getting a little bit misleading. No other real main data today. Williams is speaking at 11:45. Um, yeah, culture and leadership governance. I don't think that'll be necessarily a big market mover. Some monetary policy meeting notes, and then again, tomorrow is where we really roll into all the main data for the week. We start off early with CPI for the pound, again coming in at 8.4. We're seeing overall a little bit of pound weakness coming in, right? You're seeing the euro pound down 42. That's quite a large amount. Not necessarily a full ATR, but not far from it as well. But pretty close, pretty close. So again, nice move there. Pound yen, we've been talking about this one being high, down 130, 139. I see in pound dollar down 61 currently right now, although it's been retracing in the last hour. Euro totally flat, dollar Swiss flat, dollar CAD up a little bit, right? Aussie dollar again down. We're seeing dollar strength come into the market as well, and then again euro yen. I'm sorry, dollar yen. We're seeing the same kind of yen strength, but not to the same extent as what we were seeing it with the pound yen. So that's kind of really where we're at. Again, nothing major today. Some big headlines out there. It's kind of a macroeconomic policies in a heterogeneous world. Kind of interesting take there. Eh, there's been some okay data, right? Um, rate cut bets, right? We're talking, again, getting all these surprise raises, but now people are like, oh, what about the cuts? When are the cuts coming? I can tell you right now, Melissa actually asked me this weekend. Canada does their mortgages differently than we do. Like every 5 years, they don't have like really long ones. But for her condo that she got before we were married, like in pre-sale, right? She never moved into it, never lived in it, but it's basically an investment property for us. Um, she's got to redo the mortgage, so she's on a 2.2 right now, and her options are a 3 and a 5, I guess. Um, I forget what it is, but it's like 5.4, and it's like, oh, if you feel the interest rates in 2 years are going to be lower, and I'm like, yeah, probably. I don't see them raising it, more. Like it was a surprise at this point. But it's crazy that our old rate was at 2.2, and now we're talking about 5.4s, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Um, she's like, oh my god, it's double. I was like, yeah, but like that's what everybody says now. So, she again, when you refi every 3 years, it helps. But yeah, 2.2, is that insane? But yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. Again, today will be treated kind of like a Monday, as large, the large U.S. bank volumes are rolling back into the market. Just taking a little bit more time. The truck, by the way, is back in the shop. Yeah, just for the saga of the truck. Um, I got it back. Sounded awesome. The steering was a little bit tight for my liking. I think I'd liked it looser better. It just seemed like it was way too tight. But again, engine sounded great. No noises whatsoever. Smooth acceleration. Loved it. Drove it to, I don't know, 10 minutes up the road. Drove it back. Picked up gin. Did something else. Came back. And all of a sudden, bam. The steering got really weird. Like it was like the power steering went out. I don't know if you guys, I know a bunch of you are older in the chat. Do you guys remember when cars didn't all have power steering? Like, there would be like an old car that didn't have power steering, how difficult it was to turn. Well, the truck lost power steering. So I was turning, you know, yeah. I was like, man, I forgot what no power steering was like, especially with a truck with bigger tires on it. I was like, man, this is not fun. But yeah, I was able to like get the truck back to the dealer or the not the dealer, the shop that's working on it. They're like, hey, how's it going? I was like, not good. And the guy's like, and when I explained it, the guy kind of knew exactly what it was. He's like, yeah, He's like, "Yeah, if you're losing your brakes and you're steering at the same time, again, those systems share." I was like, "Really?" So, but yeah, back in the shop. So that means oil for the next 3 days should come back down to like 65. just to piss me off, and then go back up again when I get the truck. So yeah, we'll see. Um, but anyway, tomorrow's all the big things. We'll kind of see where everything's sitting. Right now, again, you can see the big gap up. We're back. I mean, I say big. It looks like it's big on the chart. It's really more like this, going from like what 13.6 on Friday up to 14.30. And again, a lot could have happened. That's why the volatility is considered spiking up higher. But you know, not really too much out there that's of concern. Um, so overall, I think it right now, again, expected kind of pop up there. I think people are kind of trying to prepare for, you know, what's coming in, in the speech tomorrow. Um, you know, again, I think this is just that, people understanding that the dollar is going to go up more. So, yeah, seeing a little bit of pop. The indices right now, for the most part, red, right? Russell and YM both in the red. NQ up a little bit, and ES is up just a bit at point 0.4. Not bad spots, right? Overall, not bad spots. I can't look at those and be like, hey, listen, that's it. These are gonna be doomed today. Um, with lack of any news, if these are able to start going up at all, right? If the bulls step in, I don't think that necessarily will be a horrible trade today, right? Um, as things level out, because there's no real news. It's people preparing for what's coming. Commodities. Well, hold on. Dollar slowly creeping back. We talked about a level last week, and again, you can see boom on Friday, boom on Sunday again. It rode along, and then boom, came back down and was able to use it. There was a little bit of a Harry Potter trade here. I'll show you. Um, Again, not using the more near term level, you would have used the basing right here, right? That basing. And you can see it came back up and then ended up punching higher. So it did come back and actually use that level and ended up coming up and really kind of playing around with this old level here that we knew was sitting there. But right now, there's not really a whole lot until we get up to really back up here into the 103.09 level. So although we're at 102.60, you can see we actually have some room that we can run. A little, wick over wick at the 50, a little wick over wick at the 61.8, but we really got room to run all the way up, just over 103. So, could be some dollar strength coming in. Commodities all right now. And again, I mean, we're talking about being up 0.15, right? Commodities all red across the board, right? Is the market really preparing for what's coming? Um, if you look at commodities, the answer is yes. The dollar should be getting massive amounts of strength. Inflation, and again, some of this may be actually coming from the euro, right? Things were supposed to be looking good, but not quite as good as what they expected. Um, Oil, again, oil coming back. We were up at 72, dropping very very fast back down again. Natural gas sitting flat at 263, which is insane. Gold 1933. Big drop in gold. There was actually a trade that just triggered a little while ago. We were calling for this to push all the way back down into the 1931 level. We're right here. We're about to hit it. Profit target 1 smash. Profit target 2 is not far behind. It's down zero point 0.8. And silver doing double duty. It's over. I mean, typically we say that it does double, so it should be down 1.6. It's down 2.8. So big mover in silver back down to 23.24, right? That one is collapsing very, very fast. And we mentioned the profit target here. It's actually kind of breached it. And now it's hitting the same buyers down here at what 23.20. And now with it smashing through here, there's just 3 touches already. We're eyeing up that 23 mark. So it's like, wow, we were at 24 last week. And then boom, we came back up. We gapped right into that level. Nice short. And yeah, some big movement. Hold on one sec. Ooh, excuse me. That was one of those ones like, oh God, it's coming so fast. Right? Oh, somebody's talking about me. Wait, do you sneeze when someone's talking about you or do your earrings? I forget. Or someone's thinking. I forget. I forget how it works. Um, that was Melissa messaging me. Melissa's like, yeah, you're gonna come pick me up from work today. I was like, okay. I was like, why? She's like, I have a really bad migraine. I'm gonna go as long as I can go. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that'll be my day. And then again, the dreaded call from the auto place. I'm like, listen, you just replaced the steering box, and now magically I have no steering. So was it associated with something that you did? Because you have, when they try to charge me for it, I'm gonna lay into them. Like you've had the truck for 2.5 weeks. I get it back one day, and all of a sudden there's steering fluid. I think there's steering fluid actually over my driveway. I thought it was just like water, like the condensation, but there's actually some fluid out there, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. So yeah, so maybe it ran out of steering fluid. I don't know. I don't know. But the guy seemed like he knew what it was. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun conversation. Anyway, let's start with the Aussie dollar. All right, so we know the Aussie dollar right now in the last 24 hours is down about 80. Right, nice mover, and you can see right here Monday. Again, some of this movement came in from the overnight, and it was really just kind of the dollar. Right, we talked about the dollar getting beat up. You can see there was a level of basing in here. The Harry Potter from last week. It ended up let's see, Friday, Sunday was right here, so you ended up taking yourself out of that trade. We really didn't get a good, I mean, no entry, no entry, no entry. Looking for the new Harry Potter, right? Had you used this entry, you got out somewhere in here, right? Um, being aggressive. If you're looking for the Harry Potter trade, we can delete this and say, okay, where's the nearest level of basing? Well, here's last week, Friday, and then Sunday happened, and there's your base. Okay. There was your near term base. I would actually use the candle right there. There was your near term base. It pulled down, came back up again. Use that 23 to bounce off of, and boom, base, boom, boom. So where we are now, we know we have levels. We know the 50 is sitting right down here. We have the U.S. session kind of rolling in. Typically, when we have a U.S. session open, we see dollar strength rolling into the market. Unfortunately, a lot of the strength has come in without any U.S. traders in there. And you can see we've had some touches off this level before. It's not the freshest of levels. It's kind of pushed it pretty deep. We'll see how much more we can drive. Now, we do have a trade a little bit lower, and this one is within striking distance, only about 27 pips away. So we can actually hit it, initiate it today, and pop it all the way down today. Um, this is kind of this coming back in like a full reversal, right? We're all the way up, 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 up. And now gold's finally having problems, and we're seeing this one start to rally back down again. So, you know, I think at this point, I like the level. I like to see where it bases down there. But this is one of those ones that if you wanted to set an alert somewhere in this area, turn it red. Um, on this one, you could say, hey, listen, look for a Harry Potter trade to pop up in here because we know we got a bit of a racetrack. And if we're breaking through the 61 convincingly, 78.6 is the next on the radar. And that would be beyond the target. And it's like 9 for like 27. So not a horrible trade. I do think there is a potential for a little bit of a reversal back here. Is this an area where I'm willing to pull a trigger and say, hey, it's time to go long? Nah, not really. And I think actually running fibs on this one actually isn't horrible. If you run it up, you can see the last test is up at that 23. I would probably put the zone there. So it's a little bit deep, but if we do rally back up again, I think this could be a nice little push back to the downside. So, trying to get short the Aussie dollar. Unfortunately, right now, where we're at, it's not at a level where we can pull the trigger, but we do have some distance, or we do have some spots coming up pretty soon here, um, which are not bad, right? Which are not real bad. I'm trying to think, is there anything else over there? Mm, I think we really need to wait. Looking at that. Yeah, I think we need to wait. I think we need to wait on the short. But I do like that continued short to the downside. Again, getting a little bit of a pullback would help. A little bit of basing would help if we get some basing in here. Um, I think there can be a case made, right? If we get a little basing. So, eh, not horrible. It's not the worst. Not the worst. Um, Aussie yen. You're seeing Aussie yen also coming back. Now we were looking for this. There was a little bit of a hiccup, and again, this is one of those ones maybe you got stopped out on. This was a Friday at like 10:30 ish, right? If you needed something, it ended up punching higher, and then again gave us one of these little Sunday night to Monday morning opening trades, right? It pushed down, right? It kind of went to the profit target. It was just finding that exact top was a little bit difficult. We're sitting there now, and it's actually past the 23.6. You can see that there was confirmation sitting up there, right? Um, leery with this right here. There can be a case made that hey, listen, there's a level of basing right there, and that's kind of what we're running into. Um, hmm, not a bad zone. It was late at night. Is the only thing that I think. I mean, Asian session, right? Hmm, could be a reversal there. 22. Ugh. 22 is a lot considering this is a Tuesday Monday, right? It's a Tuesday Monday. Um, hmm. Yeah, for a Tuesday Monday, we've had so much movement. Let's see. Yeah, European session's been straight down. Let's see. Oh, the daily ATR right now since the European session. Yeah, we're probably at a reversal time. We're probably at a reversal opportunity. Um, I wish you had more room to run. What does a Dixie have? Problem is that Dixie doesn't have much. It's just a wick over wick. Hmm. Again, it's not like at a stopping point. Ugh. So I'd like to see a decent base. I think I guess if we can get a confirmation trade out of this, we can see this pop out of here. Um, I need to see the confirmation though. I need a base to be put in. I need it to pull back up again and then have basically fail to go higher, and then we pull the trigger on the way out. Yeah, I just need more. I just need more. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, need a bit more, right? I need one of these I need like one of these, right? Like one of these types of scenarios where we put a base and we pull back up again and then we hit it and go. Not ready yet. Actually, let's see. Can we shrink this down into like acceptable? Something along those lines. I don't think it's a bad spot. I do like it for reversal. We had to go down to find it. Like I said, it'd be nice if it was sitting on like a 23 or a 50, but it's not. And again, 1 day's worth of movement since the European Open today. We're kind of due. Uh, Euro dollar. So Harry Potter in this one. Again, we just triggered it, but we're still looking for the basing. So let's move this over here. We can go over here. So if I continue this across, you can see this base is still holding firm. So right now, again, if you wanted to initiate this just so you can see it, still looking for the same trade, right? I think the same trade is still there. Um, again, looking for the break, the pullback, and the pop, right? Um, yeah, yeah. So I think we're still good on this one. Nothing really changes. Um, there to there, and then profit target two. It's right there. So one, TP1, TP2. Okay, and all that is dollar strength rolling back into the market. From the original hit, there was one touch, and then one, two, and again, this is all Sunday, Monday-ish. So, yeah, euro pound. All right. Actually, euro pound is 40, 41, 44. So yeah, it's moved over daily ATR. So we talked about potentially finding a bottom. We were looking for it to come a little bit closer to 85, but we had called for this one last week. These are all out. This is out. Let's readjust this. Let's readjust this. Um, 23, 61. I don't necessarily love that one there. Push it pretty deep, right? Pushed it pretty deep. Um, I think just let this one continue to roll. Let this one go higher. When this one comes back and gets within range of that 86 mark, the 86.10, I think that's when we look for that potential reversal, right? Um, yeah, wait for this one to come a bit more. So not much else. Like I said, nice run. We were looking for the run up again, so but not really like a super clean. eh, Maybe you snagged it. How low is this? Let's see. 7 pips. Guess you could have got into something small. Close. Close. Yeah. So again, cautious of this one. It did push it quite deep in there. You will have some people coming from the 78, but it did push it up there, so we should be clear. Small zone here, but just wait till it gets up to 86.10 as the next really big mark on this one. Euro yen. All right, so euro yen. So interesting spot that we have in this one. Again, there's a level of basing sitting right here. You can see this one pulling across, kind of the same thing, right? We're in a position, but is there enough real? Is there yen? Is there enough yen strength to continue this path, or is there enough Aussie? I'm sorry, euro weakness to continue to drive this to the downside? Um, Answer is I really don't know on this one. I definitely agree with the European weakness. Is that enough to continue this drive though towards the end of their session? I don't know. Um, like I said, I think a lot of this now is rolling into the yen, and I don't know. The yen is kind of overextended, right? Could we push? Sure. Um, let's cycle some of these up top. I'm going to put one there. I'm actually good with that as a sell. Deep. Hmm, a little bit deep. Uh, I like. I kind of like where it's at. I like the short in there, but can I get a 1 to 3 in before it reverses back up and we get some European profit taking? I think that's going to be the big problem with this one. Is just getting enough room to run before we have an opposing zone. Um, hmm. Yeah, that's my biggest concern about this one. I feel like there's going to be some buyers sitting in here. This is a nice little pop late at night though. I feel like we're going to get some movement. But right now, if we do get some basing in here, this could confirm this is a short. It goes in line with what we wwere talking about. And again, there's that potential yen reversal, but right now, if we can, hold the path. I mean, silver's down 3% now, over 3%. It looks like the markets are really trying to shift and realign itself. So, it looks like we could continue to go lower. Just be cautious because I feel like the way that this base formed here, I feel like that's where we're gonna need to take profit from. Oh, look at that, dead on. Whew, sometimes I'm good. Just afraid about the reversal right there that we can't get a full piece in. So, kind of see what we got. Pound dollar. So pound dollar, we were calling for a little bit of a bounce, and we did. We got it. You can see here, Monday at 12:30, we did hit it. We bounced back up. We hit it again. We bounced back up. We hit it again. And again, there's your one. There's your two. There's your three. There's your base. And this is what sucks about this one. There was a deep hit, and then we came down and we based in it. It's like, oh, here we go. This is everything we need. And sometimes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was the base. And boom, it just went out and would have hit the full profit target. The first one, the 127.24. Yeah, sometimes this happens, right? Unfortunately, the first one has been hit. It's funny. The article was like, where was it down here? Pound surges to a fresh 14-month high. And since they put that out 3 hours ago, it's done nothing but come all the way back down again. It's gone down 125 pips since that article. It's not over daily ATR. But here's where the European session started. All right, there's your 3 o'clock, 3:30 window. So it's been pretty much straight down. And again, this one, it's 82 pips. It's got a 94, 95 pip ATR to the downside. I think it's got room to run. I think this one continues to go lower. It's a little bit deep already right now. It's already moved about 36 pips down. If you are short, again, take a little bit off here. And 126.88, 126.47 are the next two levels to the downside. Yeah, I mean, this is just the trade setup we talked about. Like I said, it gave us the base. You could have been aggressive and got into this one early. And maybe you caught this one. But otherwise, what else is there? There's not much more that you can that you can grab. So yeah. Pound yen. So pound yen also at a level of basing. Is it the greatest base? No, not really. It looks very, very similar to the other pairs. You can see there's a level of basing right there. We're kind of hitting it and smashing through it, but we kind of pushed in. And yes, it is basing. Is this one a Harry Potter one? I think this is a closer Harry Potter to the downside. We're going to need to see continued effort in there. This one, I think, of the three, kind of has the best looking run to the downside. Is it ideal? No, no, because it would be nice if it was just one candle. It's not, but a Monday with no news. This is kind of the best run to the downside. Um, the risk on this one is a little bit more than your standard. Like I said, it's a 35, so it may be too much for you. It has a 150 ATR, so again, it's it's got a 4-hour ATR of 70. So this thing obviously can move when it wants to. It's slowing down right now. I like it short. Again, if you want to find a more decent base in there to use pullback, then wait for the confirmation. I think that makes sense as well. Right now, we're looking for it to come down, and again, maybe 23.6 we have a bounce. A little bit of a hiccup right here. But right now, the next trade that we have set up, and this is one we had mentioned before, we got the long there, so we know buyers are there, but a break of 178.82 or 83. We can just set it to 83. Right? Coming all the way down to 178.17. Okay, so nice little runner down here. It's got some room to run. It's got about another 125 pips to go, so about a day worth of movement. Tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if this one for tomorrow comes in with the pound CPI data. Again, 8.4 shows it's coming down really, really fast, and there's no reason to raise it anymore. So some of this may be pre-positioning, but I think this has the ability to continue to push lower. Maybe tomorrow acts as a catalyst. We'll see. But this is one you should absolutely look at tonight. Right now I would say this is not so much a yen pre-position as it is, I'm sorry, a pound pre-position, as this one is more associated with the yen because they're all kind of doing the same thing. Okay. So not necessarily one there, but right now that's where we're looking to break. We got some room to run. Dollar CAD. All right. So dollar CAD's in a good spot. We're finally breaking through. The alert just popped on that one at 32.45 or 32.46. Is we're looking for that to kind of push through. We need it to kind of go a little higher and then give us a pullback. This one we are in a racetrack. Again, dollar strength. You can see we fought back. We had a larger time frame level, and you can see we hit it on Friday at 2:30, or actually at 3, and then Monday at 4 a.m. and Monday at 9:30, and then we just been rallying up since that time, kind of that reversal thing. So again, trade entry right now. There's been a lot of basing in that level. We'd like to see a pullback and then a breakthrough. I think this one can push all the way up to right there, 132.85. All right. All right. Dollar Swiss. All right, so dollar Swiss. We were talking about the news. It didn't quite get up there. On Sunday night, we are talking about it opening being there. You can see it really formed a strong base here. I'll remove this. We were actually kind of hoping that we could kind of get up to here on Sunday. It didn't. It based it. It kind of held. You're like, yeah, I'm not going here. Now you could have used that right here, Monday at 8:30. So again, trade over the weekend, not really any pullback. Once it formed the base here, you didn't have room to run anymore, so it was kind of a dead trade. You can see that same level though. Again, was a base for a while. So right now we are still in the racetrack for the dollar Swiss. I think this has the ability to go higher. Overall, I think this 90.13. So it's about 13 pips. That's a good start. The 50% and the 61.8 are kind of bracketing this one on either side. So I think it's a good spot for a trade to be put in. But not ready yet. It's still got to move 30 more pips. So it's got about a 4-hour ATR worth of space that it needs to move still. So not quite ready yet. Not quite ready. It's all right. It's all right. I still think we look for that. Not really anything in here I'm interested in being like, oh, great pullback. So yeah, 109.31. I'm sorry, 90.13. Right, 90.13. Look for a reversal and push back down. Ideally, we get that with news. Right there, not a bad move. Obviously, the entry is going to make a difference. So, all right. 2 hours ago, U.S. dollar mixed early Tuesday to start holiday shortened week. Looking ahead. All right, so we talked about big round numbers. Here's Friday. We talked about, again, having shorts off of this one. Very easy setup on this one. Sunday happened here, and then you can see late last night and this morning European session. We had already had this marked off as a level. There was your newer trim level, right? You guys can see it there. I'll just put the one to three is right there, so you can see it's out. Um, Unfortunately, you may say, okay, wait, we're at the bottom. Can we Harry Potter this now? It's going to be hard because you have this base, you have this wick, you have this wick, and you have basing. So you kind of have a level here, but that's huge, right? Then you have a level all the way down here. And I think this is better, but you don't have as much of a run, right? So a couple small levels that I think we need to be very cautious with, as well as if we run this up, you can see that there's a 61.8 sitting right there. So I do think this is I like the way this formed. So I'm going to say right now, I think this is a decent long. Right? I think it's a decent long there. I think anywhere in here is going to have problems, and you can see it's hitting. It's having issues. I think there's another potential level right here. Again, this could be a little reversal level. We'll see what happens with this one. Okay. And then buys. So right now we have a long at 40.08. We have a long at 142.47. We've already gone off this level once from the level we've drawn, as well as the new one that was formed late last night on Monday that triggered the European Open right here. Again, this is a nice little one, 17 for 52. So it's out right now. Yeah, we're kind of sitting in the middle. So I like this one bearish. Again, I think with this one pulling back a little bit now, if we can, again, I think this one has the most chance of kind of reversing only because the dollar is more the driver right now than the yen in this one. And if the yen starts to falter at all, that would also help this to go up. So this is kind of a combo. The dollar, basically the dollar trumping the yen is what this one is. All right. That's really what this is an example of. You know, but with the dollar surging over the last hour, well, not really surging, but over the last hour, 2 hours pushing up, I think this one does have the potential to probably turn and roll back to the downside. If we can get like no help from the yen, like if the yen can just go like numb, right? Just the dollar should kind of roll us back in because it's been massive dollar strength, so it should be decent. And crypto's up again back at 26. TLT's 103.50. Okay, let's see what oil's doing. Yeah, oil dropping. So here's a level we talked about last week. Look at it, hit 70, came back up again. We were talking about this one if it was able to break through 70, coming all the way back down to 69.21 or 23. It peaked its head down, came back up again, but it's continuing. It looks like the 7:30 candle this morning pushed down, came back up, and then just boom, exploded back to the downside. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's moved halfway. Where are we percentage wise? Let's see. Yeah, we're kind of in no man's land right now, right around 70. I think 70 is a big number. Um, eh, it's all right. I think the trade's already happened. The trade was in the overnight. Is it set up for a reversal? Not really, right? Not really. I think this one has some more room to run. I'd like you to get the 69.23. I'd like to see some buyers down here at 69.15 around the 61.8. But right now, there's nothing really over here that says, yep, that's it. We're done. So unfortunately, after a huge drop in price is not when you short, right? But there's not a great reversal candidate. So I think it makes sense. Natural gas pulling back. I think natural gas does have some more room to run. We had a trade set up down here, right around 250. Monday 8:30. Texas is sweltering in an early heat wave that is pushing daylight highs above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, boosting cooling demand. And natural gas represents 56% of the fuel mix. Natural gas is running around 81% utilization relative to summer capacities. Hmm. Well, here you go, Mid Atlantic, right? Temperatures are expected to run hotter than average for most states over the period, with only Northern California and Mid Atlantic states likely to see cooler than seasonal temperatures. I'm Mid Atlantic, so my gas prices should go down. But look at that. Is it really sweltering, guys? Sweltering? I feel like 100 degrees in Texas is like not like a big thing. Like I feel like you can't even brag about that, right? I mean, my sister in Austin, I guess she doesn't like it, but like if it's like 65, she's pissed. She's like, "Oh my god, I gotta go get sweatshirts out." I'm like, "What?" But I know Dallas is a little different. But sweltering, sweltering. Okay, all right, sweltering. All right, so yeah, I mean, again, as high as we are right now, we should see a little bit of relief coming back down. Uh, Unfortunately, the way that these candles are set up, there is some buyers in here. None of this is super strong, and these are all Monday late night, so not necessarily a big active market. Um, Yeah, I mean, I'm not really looking to get short until 250, so we got some room to run to the downside, about 14 more cents. Way too high though. Oof. Gold. Look at that profit target number 2 right here. I'll drag it down here just so it's there for the length. But look at that for profit target. Look at that. Look at that. So again, profit target 1, profit target 2, all smashed today, coming from that 8:30 time frame. Are we due for a reversal? I'd say yeah. There's probably some. Again, typically we like the red candle, not the green candle, to be the bottom there. I would say there's an area of sellers down here. I think 1933 is a little bit extended for this one. Not that I expect a full reversal all the way back to the top. I'm not going to treat this necessarily as a parabolic move, but overall, yeah. I mean, I would expect a bit of a retracement. Let's see where we do it from high low. Not far from it. I was wondering if that little wick over wick would kind of make sense. I can't even really see it. Could be a trade right in there. Eh, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. 30 seconds of that one. Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised if reversing back right now. We're at the 10:15 time frame, so we're expecting to see it. It's been straight down. Yeah, 20, almost $25. 24.50, right? 24 and a half. 24 and a half is a nice push, right? It's a good push. Yeah. So I'd expect this one to bounce. Depending on how long it takes to get up there, I think 136.95 or maybe even 137. Yeah, 137. There's a wick over wick there. You can see it on the 30 as well as the 15. Not super clear. So some of the people trying to get into the 23s on an intraday basis may help us on that one. But it's not the you know, not the dead on 23.6 that we like. So it's not bad, right? It's not horrible. There are worse level setups that we see in this one, but yeah, so I'm good with that. Silver taking all the chops. So silver's second profit target's been smashed now as we're going to 23. I mentioned 23 could potentially be the target for today. I think that still holds true. Now there is profit taking coming in. Again, this is quite an extended move right now. All the way down, we smashed through those two. We said, hey, listen, this is the third time it's been down there mirrored. It should go lower. Looks like we got to 23.08. Actually, it says 23.10. So yeah, we're within 10 cents. I think finding some stabilization around 23 is actually not horrible. I hate to ever say silver long, but I think if we can get this thing down there based around 23, I actually think that could be actually a decent buy. I hate to say it because I think anything buy wise silver doesn't make really much sense at all. But I hate to say it's been such a big push down, and 23 will be such a big psychological level. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like this is a little bit overextended from where it should be. So I feel like there will be buyers, but we need to see what the basing looks like down here at 23, and then look for it to kind of reverse right off of that level. I don't think like $19 is on the probably more like this. I don't think $19 is anywhere out there, right? Anywhere close. But I think we should see this kind of push higher. All right. Yeah. So let's see. What do we got over here? Uh, Apple, nice pop down. Or, I'm sorry, nice pop up, but again, a lot of sellers in there. So it looks like Apple could start running into some profit taking. Tesla, nice punch through the top of the open, and now it's kind of pulling back down. Man, 266 again. Rivian jumps on the Tesla bandwagon with EV charging. Hmm. Yeah, pulling back. Everything's pretty deeply in the red right now. The negativity's out there. It's pulled back down. Look, it opened high and then started to push down again. Again, I'm okay with that. Let's see what we got. What's dollar doing? Dollar's trying. Dollar's fighting. A lot of wicks back and forth. It's fighting. It's trying. Yeah. It's like the 915. Yeah, this is hard because you got this, right? Tagged it at 845. And you can see right here the green. Yeah. See the green right there? It tried, right? 3 o'clock formation. Again, what you want. You'd like to see it, form in that time frame. It tested. It just tested at 8, right? We tested here at 8, 8:15, 9. 9:15 drove us down. We're looking for the green candle. It pulled back up again, but unfortunately, we would have missed. Look, we would have missed it. I'd have had to agree that, yeah, it looked more like it was going to be a short, but driving back down again. But unfortunately, we missed it. And again, this is kind of like what it looks like on Mondays. Kind of harder to grab. Say target right now for the ES today, 4401. Well, hold on. 4402. There's our target for ES today. 4402. Okay. NQ. Ooh, that was an ugly base. What do we have there? Sure. We had that there for a reason. 915. 915. So the 930 was right here. Yeah, so it didn't pull back. God, that's ugly. Nice drive up here. Kind of cleared everything out of the way. Right? The next confirmed is kind of here, which also got blown through. 845.9. So we were up to here. Yeah, so like that would have been the only confirmed level. Problem is, all this confirmation didn't happen in the morning. It happened yesterday morning, Monday. So not really the best level to take it off of. And then you can see it did turn from up there, but not really the best one. It ended up going up and using this old level here, right? This confirmation is what it used. So again, not really the best setup. This one had a lot of volatility very quickly. Once it broke through the top of this, it's like, yeah, there's nothing confirmed in the overnight. I think there was more of a chance here, but when it drove in and popped, it was already too late. So yeah, nothing for NQ. YM, do we have anything here? Yeah, it had a 4 o'clock test. So again, level from last week, right? There's your confirmation test. There was your drop. Again, it was right at 930. past. This one also will probably run into some issues there. Yeah, this is too. Yeah, so it looks like we're ready to hit it. So YM is the only one so far with the setup, right? Um, Look at that. As soon as we start coming down and playing with this, look at that 50. Hmm. I just heard the alert for the euro. Euro's trying to push down again. Um. Yeah. So trade setup. Looking for somewhat of a reversal. No real clean level for the turn on that one. We know we have a level down here, so I think this is a bit far. 34069. I think that's a bit far. Not to say that it can't do it, but I think it has the ability to run that far. So, we got Russell. Did Russell have anything? No. The 930 is wedged in. Uh, Already at the level. People could have grabbed that at 9:15. That was just it's 4 o'clock. It was formed. It just wasn't confirmed. Wasn't a confirmed level, but again, pulling up in time. So, yeah, yeah, this one should break through here with no problems. Touch 78. I don't need that anymore. Let's pull that. Let's reset this. Um, well, that's where we should put it in reality. Man, if we do find a bottom, that's nice. Look at that. Look at that. Ascending. Boom. Barely touched it. And it wasn't a 50 back then, but now that this is a low, that 50 is also there. So really, if we find any type of reversal anywhere in here, right? Yeah, if we can push down into here, I think that's a decent level. I kind of like that one. We need to watch out for that one. 1897. 1897 in the Russell. Write that one down. I like that one. I like that one. All right. Look at crude. Crude's trying. It's going. It's going. Natural gas doing the same thing, playing with the flats. Yeah, look at all the drama it's having. It's trying. It's got some more room to run. So, yeah. So again, a Tuesday Monday. What are you gonna do? Right? Tuesday Mondays are like this. Right? Again, dollar trying to surge, but looking to the left, we know we got nothing over here stopping it. So that's kind of the overall consensus. Um, Ex-China central bank deputy head arrested for suspected bribery. You don't say. See, I don't understand though. Here's the thing: if the Communist Party really runs everything, I mean, I guess there's other people that bribe, but I mean, I thought it was kind of legit. They just told you what was going to happen. Like, I didn't think they actually had systems. Like, it's strange that you hear like somebody that was in an actual position, like, oh yeah, he's getting busted for bribery charges. Okay, really? Um, yeah, I don't know how that works. Right? I don't think they say it either. It's on the further investigation, right? Weeding out corrupt officials in the financial sector. I mean, I guess being arrested is one thing. They could have just made him disappeared. I think other countries have that problem. So All right, that's where we're at. A couple minutes early today. Like I said, big thing we got tomorrow is going to be the CPI, and then obviously the CAD retail sales data. Expected to be good, right? And then obviously Powell starting testimony tomorrow. In his semi-annual monetary policy. Again, the Fed's going to be like, you didn't do enough. Are you doing anything? Should we regulate you more? Because the Senate wants all the power. Yeah, because that's the best thing to do. Give Senate all the power. I think Powell should just handle it the way he's handling it. So we'll see. But that's obviously a market mover as well. We can get some big direction tomorrow. So that's where we're at. All right. Let's go ahead and do our drawing. Wow. Wow. I think you won the last one. I think you won. But Ernest obviously going in big today to stop him. Right. Trying to use those tickets. It's the what was it? Sweltering? Was that the word? Sweltering? I think it was the sweltering Texas heat. That's what we heard. Sweltering Texas heat. Right? Yeah, they're going for a battle. So, all right. 3 more seconds. Boom. There we go. All right. Winner of today's drawing is Ernest. Ernest got it. All right, I'm going to mark that as complete, but let me see. Just to confirm, it was Neuro. Okay. The trade back is happening, right? The trade back is happening. So Ernest gets the 25. There we go. Setting in motion the bigger play. It was a hot race. It was sweltering, right? Time for overdub voice. Sweltering, right, Debbie? That's what it was. The sweltering heat in Texas. It's got Ernest all fiery today. Fiery, right? So, all right. With that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We should have a bunch more movement tomorrow with the markets actually having a full day of regulated 3 sessions. Again, today, remember, the U.S. is just getting back on board, reacting to what everybody else has done, and the reactions that they've caused. So we'll go from there. All right. So with that said, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, and peace out.